welcome to Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. I am Mr. Randy, and we're just coming off of dry week. Well, sort of, kind of, maybe-ish way of sorts, but here it is. Got some furniture being moved around upstairs, so you might hear that busting in every now and then. So here we are. We're going to do the full review for the Ariel it says alcohol. Premium alcohol removed wine. So did some looking on this. Apparently it's pretty popular. But first of all my new viewers, welcome. Come on in. All my returning viewers, you know how we do. So real quick, do the rundown. So Mr. Randy does a 3-part review system where I review libations of all sorts. So step 1, we get it home, crack it open, have the first pour called off the rip. Secondly, we're going to get down here halfway through. We're going to do a full review. We let it sit in there for a little while. Wines is different because you got to do that faster. Usually for a whiskey or of sorts, we give it a week, 2 weeks, depending on, the sort. But wines, we do a little bit faster. Have to do it anywhere between 3 and 5 days. I think about every other day, do the part of the review, drink it down that much. Wine goes faster. Why? Because it's a lower ABV percentage. Here we do the full review. I find out as much or as little information as possible, bring it back to you, try and get it in under 10 minutes. Third and final, we call it the final pour. Final pour in the glass. We compare that to the first pour of the bottle and everything in between. So here we are today with the full review. We're going to try and speed through this one because there are no guarantees about how much noise is going to be made upstairs. 2023, this is Cabernet Sauvignon, premium alcohol removed, 25.4, it's the 750 ml. And there's your back, gluten-free, nutritional facts, please refrigerate or consume. Don't worry about consuming it fast because that's what we're going to do. So, let's see so how do they remove the alcohol from the wine? They say they use a spinning cone column technique. There's apparently a few different stages that they do this, where they process this. They process it in like 2 to 3 different parts, and then they increase the temperature because they do it chilled. It's cold filtration. They do it chilled. And then they raise the temperature a little more, which relaxes the components and everything. And then I guess they do it again, and that reduces, or it increases the amount of alcohol that's removed through those steps. Now this was from a company that was born and done out in 1985. This is from California. They do use aged oak barrels, I do believe, to mature their wine. They do mature the wine first. Then they do this cold filtering process. Now, this usually is priced at about $10. Everything I've seen, everywhere I've seen it, it's about $10. So I did pay just under $12 out the door. There is no ABV. One claims there's 0, and the other one claims there's less than 0.5%. Take that as you will. It has that sort of odd, sort of weird plastic foam kind of underbelly of the nosing. It's not bad. Once you get past it, you get all that red, deep, dry red wine. But up front, you get that, it's like a new cheap shoe kind of smell. It's, well, if you go real deep, you can get everything that you would normally get off of a dry red. So let's go ahead and get it on the palate. It is a dry red. It's very light, very almost watered down kind of sense to it. Let me get one more. They do use, I forgot some of the information, did not get written down. They do use some concentrated grape juice to sort of like fill in the gaps where the filtration process removes certain characteristics of the nose and the taste. And they put some of that back in. And one of the things they say they use is concentrated grape juice. And I can get that. You can kind of get that on the palate. There's not really much to get on the finish. Okay. Anyhow, my score on this, I guess I gotta have a caveat that it is a non-alcoholic wine, so it has to be kind of considered a little bit sidestepped from the normal type of scoring. So I'm going to score it, and this is the only non-alcoholic wine I've ever had. So I'd probably say maybe give it a weak 3 out of 5. I think it's pretty good for what it is, especially a non-alcoholic choice. If you're into wine, and like I said, you want to do a dry week, and you don't want to do you want to have wine. It's in your routine. It's just what you want, what you need. You got to have it. Go for it. This could definitely scratch that itch. I mean, you're definitely going to notice the difference from this one and a regular one, but at least it'll hold you over. It's only a week, 5 days, it's not going to kill you. But there it is. Excuse me. My fair price on it, I'm not going to mess with it. I'll leave it at 10. Would I buy this again? Maybe next January, maybe January 2027, when we do our next dry week to start the year. How was your dry week? Let us know in the comments. And as always, thanks for stopping by here at Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. We'll call it a good one.